Happy Friday, everybody. Today we're going to look at some roundhouse high-side gondolas. So we've got a set of roundhouse high-sided gondolas in front of us, and these are a little bit different than what I've been doing the past couple of videos. These are, really budget and rolling stock, and for every couple of really expensive pieces of rolling stock that I try to review just so we can get a look at it, I really want to look at some budget end stuff, and these have been an awesome budget car for me. I generally see these being sold for anywhere from the $5 to $7, especially if you can buy them in person. If you buy them in lots on eBay or some other sites, you can usually get them for about $650 to $750 shipped in that lot, if you break the price up between all the cars. And they must have been relatively common back in the day. It seems to me that Roundhouse built these for a long time because they are lots of different road names and road numbers for these, and that's kind of a cool thing. I find it difficult to put together long unit trains, and I have a bit of a project for the Burlington Northern versions of these. You've probably seen me in my daily videos running these with my Santa Fe's, and I got a pretty good consist collection put together of those. I want to make a wood chip train, and this has been kind of a fun little project for me. I've been picking them up onesie twosies here and there for the cheapest price that I could find them, and I've got quite a little unit train put together. But that's what's cool. All of them are pretty well different road number, and I've just been able to find them and pick them up at a really good price, and that's not something you can do with a lot of the other cars out there. They will come with kind of a dinky Rapido coupler set of trucks. I don't have any with me. I kind of cleaned out my junk drawer not too long ago, but they're, oops, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, dropped it. This is real similar to what they will come with. It would have a Rapido coupler at the end. This one's had a conversion done at some point. These are real similar to the red caboose. If you've seen that video, the type of wheel set they've got. But the wheels have a whole bunch of friction, and they're honestly a little too flexible. They tend to give under any sort of load, and they just pull terribly. Whether you're okay with Rapido or not, I would recommend doing a 1035 microtrans conversion as soon as you can. And that's what I've done with most of these. I did these quite a while ago, most of them, to be quite honest. And since then, I'm probably going to go back through, and they're a little bit floppy on the wheel sets. It doesn't really seem to mess with the functionality of them, but if you can see down in there, there's a bit of a gap between the top of the bushing and the wheel set. If you put that washer that comes with these in between there, it'll tighten this up substantially and make them a nicer running car. Also, on all of these that I have converted to 1035s, you'll see that I trimmed back the, right there, some of the frame. Under tight turns, especially turnouts, the wheel sets can contact this and cause derailing. Once I have converted these, they have been excellent and they've ran really good. As long as you're not backing super heavy cars in front of these through turnouts, they will generally track just fine, although I have had some derailments. But that is acceptable for the price point that these things come in at. Anywhere from $5 to $7 in person. I've seen sometimes online they're that cheap. But generally, to get the price point that low, you have to buy them in lots. And I've seen them in a whole bunch of different lots from various different sellers. Train Z almost always has a lot with them for some reason. They must be relatively common out there. But you can usually pick them up for about $650 to $750, when you break out the cost of the lot of cars amongst them all. And that's a pretty rocking price point for these things. You do that plus the $6 for the microtrains conversion, you're looking at about $10 to $11 car. And for that price point, some things can be forgiven. These are some of the first customs that I ever did. I just had some HO scale ballast laying around because I am a convert to N scale, and I kind of made these granite looking cars, and I don't know, I just like the way they turned out. I realize they are not at all prototypical, but they just look cool to me and I like them, so I'm going to run them on my layout. These are running some of the bigger flanges. They run just fine. That other one we looked at had medium flanges. They run just fine too. But honestly, they did an awesome job detailing these. The detail is pretty spot on for a cheap car. And although there's not a whole lot of rivet detail or anything like that, at a distance these things look pretty darn nice. And I like the two-tone paint job that the Santa Fe's have. They definitely stand out compared to those BNs. And there are some minor details like the handbrake that are nice. And again, some things can be forgiven for a good price point car. Now, are they a super good deal? Not necessarily, but it seems like everything right now is just cascading in price, and these things have kind of held that $7 price point. So right now I think they're kind of a good deal. And even the BNs, they look pretty darn nice. You can read a lot of the fine detail for $7, and you know the conversion, they're a pretty sweet deal. However, on an intermediate layout, if you were to run these, you're going to have to fill it with something, and that's kind of why I've got these planned for a little, the wood chip car project that I'm going to work on. That's a little unsightly on the inside there, so should you pick these up, you're probably going to have to get something to run them in as a load, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, this is kind of just a little bit of a departure from what we've been doing. I just was running these the other day and remembered how much I liked them and how cheap they were, and I thought this would be a nice change from the more expensive cars that we have been doing and we're definitely doing in the future. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Have a good rest of your week, and I will see you this Sunday. The BLI steamer is up on the docket, and it's a pretty cool review, so I will see you then. Bye now.